Okay, good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on the time you are watching this video, dear teacher. My name is Francisco Bernales, and I'm going to talk to you about the Vegvisir. The Vegvisir is a symbol described as a magic symbol of the Icelandic mythology that pretends to guide people to find the way through the rough waters and weathers. This symbol was attested in the whole manuscript that was collected and published by the time by Geir Vigfusson in the year 1880. Um, and as for the origin of the symbol, it can be tracked all the way back to the Viking era, also known as the pre-Christian Norse religion era, or in the Icelandic time period, in Icelandic history, of course. In the etymology of the word, the Vegvisir, the literal meaning in the mythology is that which shows the way. And the etymology of the word can be divided between the words Vegur, which means way, and Vishir, that means pointer. And that forms the word Vegvisir, that can also be called, in a way, the way pointer, because that's pretty much the function of it. One of its uses from the depiction of it was known as the Viking compass, which again it was made to show the ways. This compass consists in 8 staves branching out from a shared point, which each stave representing cardinal points for or intermediate direction. Like you have north, south, east, and west, and all of that. Each stave point is a unique symbol that, by the Norse mythology and Norse people or Norse scholars, was to be meant to be a protective rune. While some depictions of the Viking compass have all staves sharing an equal length, other adaptations show many variations depending on each direction. It is generally believed that the length of the staves does not really deter from the charm's central meaning. As I have previously stated, the Vegvisir can be found in the Holt manuscript. The Holt manuscript, also known as the Dark manuscript or the manuscript of Icelandic magical staves by Geir Vigfusson, is a collection of magical staves, runes, symbols, and sigils formed around the late 18th century, all the way back to the 20th century. These symbols or sigils were used in earlier times, various purposes and motives during the Viking era, which, as I stated before, is also known as the pre-Christian Norse religion era. A very interesting time. And, well, even earlier than that. And among them, we can find the Vegvisir, which is like the poster child of it, for like a poster symbol because it's the most recognizable of them all. In this manuscript about Vegvisir, there is a prose found within the pages about the symbol, which declares, if this sign is carried, one will never lose one's way in storms or bad weather, even when the way is not known. But there is a curious fact about Vegvisir that a lot of people claim this is a rune or a sigil from the Viking era, but there is no real evidence that the Vegvisir was known nor used during the Viking Age or even earlier. There is just no evidence about it, even if it's told it's the Viking compass. There is actually a chance that there is actually known by that time, or that it was used or known during those times, or by the Norse people during the Viking era, but there's just no real evidence to support it, which is curious. We might actually never know the answer. So in the end, if it's a Viking Age symbol or not, it's just a matter of belief as far as it goes. And that is all. I want to thank you all for your attention, and just say that I picked the Vegvisir because I really like Norse mythology, and I really found that the Vegvisir is a very, very interesting symbol. Well, that's all for this presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.